Friday, November the 18th, and you're tuned in to the TNIAB podcast. I'm Vince.
I'm Anthony.
And this is the Geek Chic Culture Show. We talk about all the cool things in the whole wide world. Yo, we are quickly up. You know what? No, not that we're approaching the holiday season. We are in the holiday season.
Dude, it is the most wonderful time of the year, as some people
As
may
someone who works for malls, let me tell you, the marketing push to get all these malls filled with
Christmas.
Yeah, it's been brutal.
Hell yeah, brother.
I was at work yesterday, and at work they had this event where they're like, we have this Mary Mary concert going on in the Toronto Eaton Center.
All right.
And
it's Mariah Carey.
Everyone thinks it was Mariah Carey, but no, it was literally a concert from the 90s because they had Cardinal
Official? He's still alive?
Bro, I was like, yo, you guys secured
God.
Cardinal? They're like, we didn't secure all of that. We got Our Lady Peace.
That's crazy.
And the last one they got was
Billy Talent.
Chantel. It starts with a K. I think she did one of the songs in Armageddon.
This one I don't know.
And she also did the opening to Dawson's Creek.
No idea.
Okay. Well, it was all three of them.
That's cool. Damn.
And
Damn, they got Cardinal Official.
I saw them doing their rehearsal during the day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not sticking for this shit.
Dude, he invented the T dot.
Don't say that,
dude. You ever been to the T dot?
Because we now it's 2022. We all calling it the 6.
Dude, I'm bringing back the T dot. All right, everything old is new again.
Yeah, so they did that, but like the big special thing at all the malls that my company does is they made it. Well, actually, not all. The Eaton Center. So for the locals in the town, the Eaton Center is going through construction. It's a mall with a entirely glass roof. It was based off a very famous Italian structure.
Of course,
right? And they're replacing the glass panels because they're like 20 years old. So because of that, they're scaffolding all around the mall, and they can't put up their giant Christmas tree because they usually have like a 100-foot, 150-foot Christmas tree in the mall. But they can't put it up. So this year what they did was they put something else on the ceiling, and they just have it snowing in the mall.
That's pretty fucking sick.
Like I was like, what? That was the special event? And they're like, yeah. So like if you are in Toronto and you go to the Eaton Center, probably on a Saturday, multiple times throughout the day, they all just have snow falling as you're walking through the mall.
Like actual snow?
No. It's like movie snow. It's fake snow.
I thought they like invented some machine to like freeze it and then drop like it's shaving ice up there.
That would be so cruel to the cleaners.
No, but like it would fall into the fountain, right? So it's like water.
How would you control that?
Oh, you figured it out.
With HVAC and everything, you know how
get some fans to blow it towards.
No, and what fountain?
There's that one fountain at the.
I guess there's technically one fountain.
The small on the bottom floor. It's on the bottom floor. I don't know if it's actually. It might be covered actually. Never mind.
Yeah, because actually that's where they put the stage.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Cancel that idea.
But yeah, I mean, we are in like the depths. Or in the major run-up. But
bro, I got my Christmas playlist ready to go. All right? I'm listening to it at least by daily.
I feel like you've been listening to it since October.
I have. October 28th, I started listening to my Christmas.
I feel like Christmas trees should not go up until December 1st.
Honestly, just keep them all year round. Just keep that spirit going. You know? July? Christmas.
Have you started your holiday shopping?
I have not. Because I might be going mostly digital
this
year. So
wow.
We'll see how it goes.
How nice.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it just because thankfully it's Black Friday, so coming and like all these things are going on sale. So that said, all I've been doing is buying stuff for me. So I don't.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I've been doing. Dude, who cares about other people giving? I'm giving to myself, kid.
Yeah, so this plan is backfiring fast.
Yeah, how'd those headphones?
Bro. I don't know, man.
Why don't you tell the people about some the purchase you just made?
Yeah. I bought AirPods Pro 2.
You already have AirPods, right?
I have the first gen AirPods Pro. Now that said, the battery on mine is starting to go. Like they don't last as long. They're not unusable. They're perfectly usable. Right. But now this means that I can have one to go to sleep with and one to use during the day.
So convenient. That's crazy. The I love how for the listeners, we always joke that Vince has this like ability to make people buy stuff.
Because I do.
Because he does. But his ability was so strong today that not only did he convince producer TJ to buy AirPods, but he then wrapped around and he convinced himself to buy AirPods.
It's bad. Because I was actually planning to use that money to buy Jordans tomorrow morning.
Dude, now you're gonna buy
Guys,
both.
Google this shoe, Air Jordan 1 Chicago. You'll be like, that is like the Jordan.
Those are
like
Jordans.
This is, when you say Jordans, this is what you
Jordans,
imagine.
it's those ones.
They're launching, like they're basically being re-released again tomorrow, and I'm gonna do my everything to try and get a pair, but now apparently not. I don't know.
No, you're gonna do it. You gotta do it. It's the only way.
Yeah, but there's a lot of cool stuff happening out there, and if you guys are looking for a good Christmas gift, first pick. Xbox Series S has dropped in price for the holidays. Ooh. I think they've knocked $50 or $70 off, depending on your country and location.
So now that's what, $100 off compared to the PlayStation because they went up $50, except for America.
Well, the Series S?
No, for the PS5. I mean, if you compare the Series S to the but the Series S is even cheaper.
Yeah, it's $300.
True.
Like the Series S is cheaper than the Switch.
Yeah,
now.
True. Too bad it doesn't have a disc drive though.
Yeah, but if you wanted to play like current gen games,
dude, what? Why would I buy a new Xbox to play current gen games? Why would I ever do that?
Because that's all it can do.
Dude, you buy the Series X to play your original Xbox games.
No kids own
with the sick backwards compat, baby. I know all the kids. Okay, they're lining up at the store. They're like, "Do you have the Series X? Do you have the Series X?" And they're like, "I really want to play Fusion Frenzy." Like, they're itching.
No.
All right, for Bill Gates' favorite party game.
Maybe kids are, but you know who's buying the Series S? Rich people.
True.
Rich people who don't know any better.
They don't know any better.
You know,
they're too busy making
if
dollars.
I was so rich that I had multiple like places to live at, I would buy the Series S to keep there at like one of my like lesser condos.
Or would like that one rich friend you that knows games? He'd be like, "You bought the S for your second mansion."
No, because I'd be like, "This is the Game Pass machine. This is like when I'm like, I only stay here when I have to stay here."
True. All right, okay.
Or this is the machine at the office.
It's the office machine.
Because we only have 1080p screens. So.
This is the machine for my mistress's house.
Absolutely. For my mistress's kid.
Yeah.
That's the one.
For my mistress's boyfriend's dad.
Yeah, so, just if you were looking for what's a good deal on a video game console this holiday, I think that's your best bet, because good luck getting a PS5, and Switches are not getting any cheaper despite how old they've gotten.
Yep.
Because they're still selling.
Because it's all the OLED stuff that's in stock now.
Yeah. Okay. If you wanted a more physical gift, boy, do I got a Lego set for you.
Bruh.
The Lego Icons Eiffel Tower set.
Dude, is that the size of the Eiffel Tower? Because holy shit, that's expensive.
Coming out November 25th. Get this, 5 feet tall.
That's pretty
Anthony,
tall.
I'm like 5'9".
Dude,
like,
I'm 6.
This thing's making me nervous.
You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. God damn.
Yeah.
Dude, that's an $800 Eiffel Tower.
I know. I've seen pictures of it like beside people. I'm just like, what?
That's insane.
But like, if there was a Lego set to own, like,
I guess.
like, look at this man.
I guess it's that one. Sure.
I don't know. Like, but I think for me, the cool thing about Lego is, they can make whatever you want, but at the end of the day, you could like put it on a shelf, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, where are you putting this thing?
This is like a front, like a foyer centerpiece.
Is it, or is it like goes beside my lion statues at the end of the driveway? Like, what are we talking here? Is this a garden
No,
accoutrement?
if you have the lion statue in the house.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like it's right by the coat rack.
Like this, yeah. Like they've just put it on their coffee table.
Yeah, that's too big for a coffee table piece. That's fucked up. They ran out of ideas.
No.
Okay, I can see that.
Hey,
yeah.
No, that's lazy. Now they just have it on the floor beside a fireplace.
Yeah. But also, they can never use that fireplace now because it'll melt the Eiffel Tower.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's cool though. Like, it is such a cool set.
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty sick.
If I didn't like desperately want the Millennium Falcon Collector Series, this is next on the list.
Bro, we all know you're just buy both. All right, you're already doing it with the Jays. All right, just keep going.
No man,
dive deep.
No,
This is the year of
I got my
Vince.
power tool still.
You just keep going. You want those Milwaukees, baby?
No, I want Makita.
The Makitas.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
want the
Get
Makita.
a little bougie up in here.
I don't think it gets more bougie than Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's pretty bougie, yeah, not gonna lie.
Although I do like the Milwaukee because they're red. But Makita's
And it's got a lightning bolt
yeah,
on
but
it.
Makita's from the Nihon.
What's the green one?
The bright green?
Yeah.
Ryobi.
Niobe?
Ryobi.
Yeah,
Ryobi.
Ryobi.
But Ryobi only does consumer grade.
Wait, what's Niobe? Is that a place?
That's Nairobi.
Nairobi. All right. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Nairobi.
Yo, check yourself, man. You all right? You doing okay?
And there's not even a Y in that one.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, it's the capital of the largest city in Kenya.
Yeah, it's in Africa.
Yeah, it's the capital and the largest city. Oh, there we go, Nairobi.
Okay, I don't have too many other picks. My other one is F1. They recently canceled the rest of W Series. W Series was a women's focused Formula Series.
Yeah.
3 races left in the season. They're like, nah, we're stopping it. They just stopped it.
Why?
They said we ran out of money.
Dude, they should have just went over budget and said, oops, my
Can
bad.
you believe that? Imagine being part of a professional sport, and they're like, nah, season's over.
Yeah, season's over. Our bad.
They said that they had to stop because one of the major sponsors pulled out.
Who?
Rocket.
Red
Rocket.
Rocket? Like the candies?
No. I think it's ROKIT. I think it's...
The Herbie Hancock song?
I want to say it's
What
like
the
a mobile platform in Europe, like a cell phone thing.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense,
Because
actually.
you must have heard them in the news. They pulled out of a lot of things because I forget what the story behind it was, but they did pull out.
Yeah, I think they are a cellular
Company.
device company.
Anyways, they pulled out. W Series canceled, but to replace it. But here's the thing about W Series: a lot of people didn't watch it, and I really wanted to. Problem is, you couldn't watch it for free anywhere, and you couldn't even watch it if you paid for the F1 subscription.
What?
Like I expected to be able to watch it there. Because they let you watch F3, F2, F1.
Bro, if you have a WWE subscription, you get all the
Yeah, but you
pay-per-views.
couldn't watch W Series on the official Formula One platform. So I thought that was weird.
I don't know what the fuck is going on in Europe. There was I like 2 or 3 days because I follow Sky News on Twitter. They had region locked every video.
They did, yes,
Yeah,
they do.
and it was like, why the fuck am I following you then?
They do. I don't know why they do
Yeah.
it, but they do it.
Yeah, and then they undid it. I was like, okay, you're like,
But anyways, Formula One has promised that next year they're going to bring a new thing called F1 Academy, and this is again another women's only Formula Series. I forget how the details, but I think the big thing here is they're focusing on sponsorship, having it thrive, and providing a platform in which women can get into F1, which I think is cool. But for me, as long as they put it on the Formula One subscription service, I will watch it. Like that's
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe that the other one wasn't.
it's kind of wild that this not there.
Yeah. And then as a side tangent, we're going into the last race of the season. I don't know if you saw the news regarding Formula One this past week.
I have not.
Everyone shit on Max Verstappen.
Why? What happened? I know he's not very lovable in general.
No, like, and everyone
but-
knows he's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
He's kind of an edgelord.
Why race? It's just a circle.
Yeah, like I don't hate him. I don't love him because like he's very very good.
Yeah.
But he's got that winning attitude, like where
I
where
would-
you're just
it-
an asshole.
Yeah, I would never say that he is a bad driver.
No.
But I think he celebrates, or like the way he talks about his W's is like just a little bit too confident for how good he is. Like he's on like he's talking Lewis Hamilton levels of cocky, but he's not that good.
I mean,
Right?
a lot of people would beg to differ. He did beat him last year. Well, that's a different story. Anyways,
Remember? Yeah, we won't get back into that. That was a little crazy.
So he's already wrapped up the championship. He's won, right? He has no reason to finish the rest of the races, but he's going to do it because he wants the records.
Why not?
I didn't realize this, but Red Bull, for every year that they've won the championship, they've never actually won it 1 and 2. They've always had their second driver finish like 3rd or 4th in the championship, which blows my mind. I didn't realize that. When it's a meaningless stat, but this
Don't they always do a lot of shit where it's just like, hey, give the other guy a point
yes.
so that
And
yeah,
that-
they're pretty notorious for that, right?
This is where I'm going.
Okay.
So the second guy in the championship, Checo Perez, he's tied with Ferrari's lead driver Charles Leclerc for second place. And this is the second last race. Charles is ahead of both of them, both Red Bulls. But Max is leading Checo. On the last lap, Red Bull says, Max, give Checo the position. He needs the points.
Yeah.
Max ignores, and he finishes the race. And they're like, why didn't you give him the position? He's like, I told you already. I have my reasons. I'm not talking about this shit.
Oh,
and the
no.
whole world turned on him.
I have one very, very important question
Yeah.
for you. Within these next two races, or that race and this upcoming race, if he takes first, does he take any sort of point record at all?
No, he has the record for most wins and the most points in the season already this year.
In any season
Of
in
all
season?
time. He broke Sebastian's record of 13 wins 2 races ago. He broke Lewis Hamilton's record of most points
Yeah.
3 races. Last race.
Yeah.
And so now he has both records. Yes, you're right. He can extend it. The thing is, they were racing for 6th and 7th. They weren't at the top. Like,
Yeah, that's kind of fucked.
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind
And
of
like,
fucked.
I think the big thing is, in the reverse scenario, Checo always helps Max win. There's many races.
He is kind of a team player.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but-
like, I don't know too much about him, but whenever he's in the news,
It's like
it's
he
always
helped.
like
Yeah.
he helped out in this
Yeah.
way, or like yeah.
And the whole world turned on Max Verstappen.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. All right, you know what, Max, you lost me. That's I'm with them. That's
So
kind of fucked
when
up.
it happened, I was like, yeah, that's par for the course. So like, whatever.
Yeah,
Like, it's
that sounds like
it
Formula
sounds
1.
like Max. But the whole I couldn't believe how much the whole world turned on this man.
Maybe it was the straw. You know, it just broke the
Maybe
camel's back
because
there.
I saw like people I know who are Max fans just like, nah, that's it.
That was
Yeah, that was like, okay, what the fuck? Like like such class, blah blah blah. And I was like, I don't know, they're competitors.
Yeah, I can't be too mad because like if I have the chance to I have a record and I have the chance to extend it even more,
why
to make it
wouldn't you?
even harder to break, like
Yeah.
why wouldn't
like
you?
if you want to be the best, you don't stop trying just because
Yeah.
you won. You keep going.
Yeah, you keep going and you're like
I don't know.
yeah, you need, it's one of those things where like I have this like idea of that, like anybody who's like hyper successful in anything.
Yeah.
Like if you're a good race car driver, athlete, if you're a business owner,
Yeah.
if you're the president, you're a little fucking crazy.
Just a little bit.
Right? Like you have to be at least a little bit narcissistic and a little bit kind of loose in the head to want that amount of power
Yeah.
in general. And I don't think the general pop has that.
Yeah.
Right? So when they see Max being like, fuck that, I want more points, I can see from their perspective it being, dude, just help out your teammate, you fuck, like for the greater good of your team type of thing. But like the people who are in these positions, that's not how they think, right? They think about the lasting glory. I want the marble statue in the city square after I die so everybody knows my name type of people. So I can't get too mad at that, but it is kind of like it leaves a bad taste in my mouth kind of thing.
It reminds me of like I don't know how much you follow Sebastian Vettel anymore, but like
No, I haven't. Not for
so
a while.
Sebastian Vettel now is considered one of like the greatest human beings in the sport.
Why would
Like
he
just
do?
in like he's a nice person.
He's donating.
Yeah, he's doing. He's spending his time like he's all about the conservation of bees and stuff, and like he has all these like for the planet initiatives.
Okay.
But he's also not winning anymore.
He's doing all these initiatives.
My favorite Sebastian Vettel was his opening years at Red Bull when he won 4 straight, and I'll never forget the quote. Like there was this one moment, his most infamous moment with his teammate with Mark Webber, and I remember they were going first and second. It was in Malaysia. It was called Multi 21, and that's code for them to be like, hold station. You're going, Mark is first, you're second, and we're gonna finish the race like this because we need the points.
Yeah.
And Sebastian was like, fuck that,
Yeah,
and he
fuck you.
raced him and won.
I remember that voice.
I remember at the end, the world turned on him. And then in the next race, when they re-asked him, he doubled down. And he was like, we were racing. I was faster. I passed him. I won.
And our team still got the same amount of points.
And then he's just like, no more questions. And I was like, oh my God.
Dude.
And at that moment, I was like, that's my favorite driver right there.
Bro, I am erect. Oh my God.
I can't have more respect for a man in my life.
Yeah, it's definitely. I don't think like if you're like just a viewer, you can't look at these racers like they're making decisions like you would.
Yeah, right. And they're
Right?
in the middle of it too, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, those are my picks.
Cool. There's some fucking drama happening.
Yo, I
in
saw
the video game
videos of
world.
Sonic on the run. I saw Sonic running this week.
Dude, there's some drama. But we're gonna start off with a little bit of less drama. This is personal drama. All right, Monster Hunter title update 3.
Yes.
Got a trailer. Okay, this is the long-awaited Various Monsters update.
Oh,
All right, we've been waiting for Various
This is the update
Monsters
we're waiting
for a
for?
while. This is what we've been waiting
Alright.
for.
I gotta say, some of them were pretty cool.
we got two we got two variants and a new guy and a semi-new guy. It's not various. It's the same as the last ones. But we have now Chaotic Gore Magala,
One of the coolest.
one of the coolest monsters in Monster
Probably the
Hunter.
most
This is-
edgelord monster.
Yeah, this is the half and half. This is when he's like half evolving into Shigaru.
This is like Michael Jackson in the transitional years.
Yeah, for sure. He's starting with the vitiligo. He's getting there. So he's pretty cool, but they've added 2 new Elder Dragons to their Risen series of monsters. Risen Teostra and Risen Kushala Daora.
Yes.
So Risen Kusha you will get at Master Rank 120.
120.
Yeah, and Risen Teostra you will get at Master Rank 140.
Wow. Okay. Is that how
So-
it worked in when you unlock Kusha 20 and Teostra?
I think so. And I think for Chameleos, this recent Chameleos, I think you had to be at least 100 or 110.
Okay, so if you're consistently playing, then
Yeah, if you're consistently playing, like if you're consistently playing, you're way past these already. Like they'll just insta unlock. Because earning MR rank in this is pretty crazy, especially if you're doing the investigations. But yeah, they're doing investigations. They go up to like level 120 or like a 200 now or something fucking wild. They have probably the coolest paid DLC cosmetics, which is the plush toy weapons.
Yeah. They look like the monsters from stories.
Yeah, but they're all like felty
Yeah.
looking, like they're like actual like little plushies
I
you can
can't
buy.
believe they made that
They're-
paid DLC.
Yeah, they're really cool, but I guess that counts. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, this is a little bit disappointing. When I heard Various Monsters, I don't know what the fuck.
That's the lotion, the glycemate.
When I heard Various Monsters, I was not expecting the same amount of monsters.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I couldn't. I thought it was gonna be like a dozen. Like,
Yeah.
just hit me with it.
yeah,
But
just go for the fences, but
No.
no. And then I think we have one more title update after this. Title update 4.
one more that is known,
Yeah, so I don't know.
because I have a feeling like the trend has been they generally support these games for at least one full year.
Yeah, and then if it's super popular, they'll keep going.
Yeah.
So I think for this one, it's gonna be they're just like Elder Dragon is here. So I just gonna assume it's Fatalis, unless
No way.
it's something else. But
It can't be Fatalis.
and I don't think it's gonna be another Risen, because if they use Elder Dragon as like a new Risen monster, that'd be fucked.
Okay.
What if they bring back Nergigante?
Nergigante.
That'd be pretty.
I
Cool.
like Nergigante.
But yeah, this will probably be another thing where I play the new content once and then drop it.
Probably.
I'll just force TJ to get up in MR and be like, "Get in here, kid. We need to beat these monsters on the first try again."
Too bad. No, you can't get him to play with you anymore. He's
Why?
playing Pokemon.
I'll take that away. All right. I need a Monster Hunter buddy.
Pocket monster buddy.
Oh my
You
god.
guys can roam together. You guys can roam.
Okay. All right. But now we get into the real drama.
Tell me. Tell
All
me.
right, we're getting
Tell
into the
me.
real drama. First off, we got some lawsuits.
I love a good lawsuit.
We all love a good lawsuit. So there's a current lawsuit being made against Google, I believe,
Google.
for anti-competitive, actions within business. Who's not party to a little bit of anti-competitiveness now and then,
I love anti-competitiveness.
Dude, I just love just stepping on the little guy.
Yeah.
Just using my massive wallet to be like, don't do that.
I love taking every advantage I have and making sure my competition is aware I'm using it.
Exactly. So does Google. All right. So there is a unredacted copy of a lawsuit coming from Epic Games. It's been filed against Google in 2020, and they're alleging that Google paid Activision Blizzard $360 million over 3 years in order for them to agree to not make their own app store.
Wow.
So if you know, Android is technically an open platform.
Yeah.
You can make what it is not closed loop like Apple. It is not. Android is just a system people can license out and do shit.
Yeah, kind of like Linux.
But right now, the Google Play Store is basically the de facto app store for Android. But there's no reason it has to be.
Yeah, there are other app stores.
Yeah, but you don't know about it for a reason,
Because none of them
right?
are pre-installed on your Google device.
Exactly. And so, according to this, Activision Blizzard was going to make their own app store. And Google was like, please don't. We'll give you a bunch of money if you don't. And apparently they also agreed to play Riot Games, who's owned by Tencent, $30 million over 1 year for the same thing.
Okay.
So this is probably to keep like the mobile League of Legends stuff in the Play Store, so that when people buy like skins and like for Wild Rift and stuff, it goes through Google and they get a kickback and do whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, hey.
Yeah. So Activision Blizzard's EVP of Corporate Affairs, Lulu Cheng, came out and she, in a tweet, said that like just all of these non-compete things, like Google did not pay us. This is false. This is crazy. It's just totally not true.
I would love to know where they booked that and how they recorded that in their books.
Yeah.
Like what?
Right?
Like what did you?
What did you say?
Like, where did you hide this?
Corporate events.
Yeah, like this is just goodwill.
yeah. This is charitable. All right. So yeah, the lawsuit is for an anti-competitive, I guess, accusation.
Yeah,
but this is also hot off the heels of that lawsuit that Epic has with Apple too, right?
Right.
From a couple of years ago, which I still think is
It's ongoing still.
It's
But,
ongoing.
like,
I think
one party won a bit for something.
so. Yeah, there was one part of it where they couldn't. I think on like 9 of 10 counts.
Yeah.
They were like, they're like, yeah, you're in the wrong
Yeah.
here. But there was like the one count that they're still fighting in court. And I don't know how that's
Yeah.
gonna go. But this is kind of crazy. If Google is actually caught telling other big corporations like, don't compete with us, like that's a no-go, especially in America. Like capitalism, ho, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking bad for them. So we'll see if this story develops at all, or if this is just going to be like dead in the water later. But I thought that was a really interesting thing.
Cool.
After that, we have a story from like 2 years ago now. So when Doom Eternal came out, there's a big kerfuffle with the game's composer Mick Gordon, where he made the Doom 2016 soundtrack, and that's like beloved by gamers as like one of the best like video game soundtracks, period. Okay. He was rehired obviously for Doom Eternal, and only I think it was like half or like 40% of the songs were actually made and produced by Mick Gordon. And eventually the director of id Software came out and said that Mick was just like really hard to work with. He kept asking for extensions, and it just cost them too much money and they couldn't do it anymore. And so a bunch of the music had to be made by their sound designer, their in-house sound designer instead. And it caused like a whole thing. And basically it kind of fucked with Mick Gordon's image, right? It kind of made him look like an artist that's kind of got a screw loose, and he's all about the art and doesn't care about the company time, baby, you know? And you know, in video games, these are multi-million-dollar projects, and you can't be doing that. But last week, Mick Gordon on his own Medium post wrote a 14,000 word, basically article about how he said the director lied about me. I actually did everything they wanted, and they fucked with me. All right. So he's like, no, Uno reverse card. Fuck you. And then on top of that, fucking Bethesda came back and they're like, no, what we said was true. We didn't mistreat you. We we didn't incite violence upon you. That was like some of the shit that that Mick Gordon was saying. And he's like, well, no, fuck you. And so now these two guys are going in like a no, you did it, the Spider-Man pointing at each other meme for who actually fucked up this 2-year-old soundtrack at this point.
Huh.
This is kind of some petty shit.
It
so
sounds
I don't know.
like some petty shit.
It's some real petty shit, especially because apparently, there's the one key factor in this is that allegedly, id Software offered to pay Mick Gordon $100,000 to sign an NDA to not talk about this whole thing anymore. And if that's true, that looks real bad on id. But id is coming out and saying that like we didn't do that. We didn't offer him that.
Yeah.
So nobody really knows what's going on.
That's kind of shitty.
Yeah. And now if it turns out that this is like the Bayonetta thing and Mick is lying, he just like that's like straight up defamation to not only the director but also the company.
Yeah.
And they will come back hard on this motherfucker.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, he made some really good music. I really hope that he's just not lying about this shit.
What do you think?
Listen, I learned, all right? I saw the internet go after the Bayonetta kid.
I was going to say.
These I feel that these companies now, they are very careful about treating their employees because I think in today's business world, clout is like more important than like actual performance. Like if you have a lot of goodwill with customers, you could probably find people to fund things.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't doubt it.
If you're really successful and you're the devil, then I don't think that's gonna happen. I think that's worse, right? If you're making a lot of money and then everyone fucking hates you.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of leaning towards the company, but
wow,
we'll see
leaning
what's
towards the company.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards big corporate, baby.
God damn, who are you? What has happened? Oh my gosh.
After that, bro, the hits keep coming. 2 former Square Enix employees have been arrested under suspicion of insider trading. So apparently in Square Enix Tokyo, 2 of their former employees have been arrested on grounds that the 2 purchased around 47 million yen worth of stock.
47 million yen.
Which is about $340,000 US dollars.
Yes, US dollars. Yes.
Yeah, US dollars. In stock, in Aiming, which is the company that did Dragon Quest Tact.
Tact?
Yeah, it's like was it the Treasures game? I think it's like their mobile game.
Okay, I don't remember this one, but okay, yeah.
So I think this is mainly big in like Asia.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a Dragon Quest game,
okay.
right? And so allegedly, they knew that game was coming out because they're Square Enix. We make Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
And they bought a bunch of stock just before the announcement of that game. That stock rose up and then sold it off before it dipped again.
Oh.
Right? So they pumped and dumped it. And one of those employees, baby, good old Yuji Naka, back.
Our boy Yuji Naka.
He just can't catch a break. Balin's Wonderland, and now he's arrested.
You see, if he worked on that game more, then
he wouldn't have had to. Do that.
If he just stopped with the insider training, he would have had a better game.
Oh my God.
That sucks.
This is absolutely wild. It's a funny. It's funny on the outside, but I would like everyone to remember or to learn that Japan
loves you.
They have a 99% conviction rate for crimes. And a lot of that has to do with because they are such a bureaucratic country, they can hold you for like literally months without charging you with anything.
I was going to say that's so bullshit.
It's so bullshit.
But also
it's
so
crazy. But also fuck criminals.
I'm not a criminal. It's not my problem.
Judge Dredd. If you got nothing to hide, just show. No, fuck that. So you got to remember that like they are litigious. Okay, these guys will go after you, and so a lot of these convictions. Yeah, a lot of these convictions are people just admitting to crimes that they didn't actually commit, just to get out of the lengthy bureaucratic process.
That's
right.
I don't know. That's kind of no.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. I don't like it. A lot of Japanese lawyers apparently don't like it either, and there's a movement trying to.
I was gonna say, like, at some
point,
isn't that like morally incorrect?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure, like, I'm not on the wrong side of the line here, because like that just doesn't sound right.
So the investigation's ongoing. This goes real deep. I would recommend you guys read up on it. It is a super interesting story. Anything to do with just like corporate stocks, buybacks.
Yeah.
some sort of corporate. Those are always really interesting reads. So definitely check it out. I think it was broken by Reuters, like an actual news company. But you can also find a pretty good one on Video Game Chronicles. They're following that pretty closely.
Okay.
And then I'm actually gonna switch out one. So there was one about like the Dragon Dogma and Devil May Cry director just like being like, man, you know what, fucking this shit sucks, man. PS3, we can't bring any of our PS3 games back because the architecture was so unique and blah blah blah. But that's whatever. Because I just remembered Blizzard, right?
Oh, the China thing.
They're out of China.
Oh
baby.
yeah.
So China, if you want to do any sort of deals in China, like games and stuff, you have to go through their country's main server people, which in this case is NetEase. NetEase could not come to an agreement with Blizzard over hosting World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, Overwatch 2, StarCraft, Heroes of the Storm, Diablo 3, or Warcraft 3 Reforged. So, starting January 23rd, 2023, you will no longer be able to play any of those games in China.
That's gotta get fixed.
That's
gonna get fixed. Like, there's no way they're gonna just let that happen.
Just let the China market go.
Yeah,
That's
there's no
absolutely wild.
Especially now that I've seen that, like, the concurrent players, not concurrent, but like how many players have played Overwatch 2?
Yeah.
And I understand now why everything about that game is kind of shit, because they have so many players, they don't really care. They're getting enough money.
I think to put this in perspective, let's go to a different company, League of Legends. That game has so many players in China that each region of China has their own server.
Really?
And then on top of that, there is the secret super server. So if you're real fucking good at League of Legends, like your top grandmaster, your top challenger, you will be invited to join the elite server so you can get good connection for pro play.
That's pretty cool.
And then in that server, if you're a bronze 4 in that server, you're like challenger 1. You're challenger ranked top 10 in like any other server, right? So these game companies make really specific like changes to their business model in order to fit within China because it just makes them so much fucking money.
Makes sense. I'm down.
So yeah, they couldn't do it, and I think it was NetEase. They came out with some petty ass statements. One was there was some material differences on key terms. We have put a great deal of effort and tried our utmost sincerity to negotiate with Activision Blizzard, so we can continue our collaboration. But however, we just you just couldn't reach. I think what was the one? This last one. Okay, it was Simon Zhu. He made a more blunt, personal statement on the whole thing.
Okay.
He works for NetEase. One day, when what has happened behind the scenes could be told, developers and gamers will have a whole new level of understanding of how much damage one jerk can make.
Wow.
So they're just being petty as fuck. But this is absolutely crazy news because
sounds like it.
A, it's a lot of money, and B, some gamers are actually very happy that this is happening because Blizzard has changed a lot of cards, a lot of rules on the way they conduct business. I think a couple years ago, if you remember, there was the whole they fired those 2 casters because they said Hong Kong was a separate thing from China.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Right? Remember that?
Yeah.
I know in Hearthstone, some of my friends still play, and they said that they had to change art on certain cards to appeal to like the morality government people in China to continue the game there.
That's wild.
So we'll see what happens. There's so much shit happening in the video game world, just like all saved for the end of the year, baby. There's all doing some wild shit. So yeah, I can't imagine that Blizzard is gonna not try and fix that bridge. You know what? Actually, this might also be. You remember when that one Blizzard employee in China was like, "Fuck Xi Jinping" or whatever on social media, and then they just threatened to close the company down? Maybe this is backlash from that.
Could be. Maybe.
Right? Maybe they tried to get someone to do a public apology, and they're just like, no.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but like that's wild.
Oh, what's the other one? Yeah. Oh, NetEase said it was Blizzard's revenue to us is like a fraction of a percent, so like we're not hurting or whatever. Basically, I was just like, God damn, these guys are out for blood.
I mean, I would believe it. Sure.
I don't know. I don't know, dude.
I don't know if it's that low. Like, it can't
Yeah.
be that low. But I'm sure, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, would it be a substantial hit to their bottom line? I can't imagine it'd be.
It probably hurts Blizzard more than it hurts NetEase.
Yeah.
I would imagine that. But yeah, that's what's been going on in video game news. It's fucking wild out there, dude.
Yeah.
It's the Wild West.
Crece.
Kinda love it.
Cool. What's next on the docket?
We got some emails.
You wanna?
We got
Okay, you wanna
emails.
take?
Unless there was another
wanna
one that came
take
out, I
it?
didn't see it. Yeah, we got a question to chew on.
choo-choo. Pikachu.
Paul Chu writes in, if this show did indeed turn slowly into a watch podcast,
So don't worry, it will.
I would still listen to the hell
Good,
out
I
of
know
it as a
you would.
watch
Yes, you
collector
would.
myself. In the vein of watch collecting, what are some things that you love that are really only cool to you, and others are others that are into that thing? We're talking about things here that the Gen Pop just doesn't understand or plain doesn't appreciate. These can be hobbies, works by a specific author, specific foods, etc. You got some.
First of all, thank you for the question, Paul.
Oh yeah, thank you for the question.
And
of course.
I saw your new watch, Paul. It's pretty cool.
We'll watch
You
it.
got a Brew Metric, little
that is.
micro brand. They got cool designs based off this is what he bought, Brew Metric.
Oh, that's cute. That's cool. I
It's
like
a
that.
cool watch. The
It's very modern.
the company actually all their designs are based off of like espresso makers.
That's actually pretty sick. I mean,
Yeah, like it's pretty cool. It's a cool watch.
Is it like like 20
No,
bucks?
this one's actually, but this is the most popular model, and it's kind of hard to get one. They're on pre-order like $400.
Okay, that's not as much as I thought.
Yeah,
it'd
like if they're not. Okay, I guess if you don't buy watches, yeah, that's expensive. But
be. Yeah.
if you're into watches, that's unfortunately entry level.
Yeah. Goddamn.
But it's cool. It's cool. It's a cool watch. But I know Paul has far more prestigious,
You got some rollies?
prestigious pieces.
Dude, he's iced out. Get the
I don't know
wrapper
if he's got
roll?
it. I don't know if he's got that iced out.
What is that
shit.
called when like you drill the holes to put the diamonds in it? What do they call that?
Yeah, when you ice it out. What do you mean?
No, it's like the bust down.
Oh,
Dude.
those are awful. Yeah.
Dude, I kind of want a bust down watch.
Yeah, you want to take that's like taking art and drilling holes all through it.
Yeah, I don't think I would get a new watch, but if I could buy a previously owned bust down watch,
So like here's just in relation to
like I could wear it ironically.
so here's part of the question that's very highly specific. Watch collectors or people who are into watches hate those watches,
I know they
right?
do.
Because it's like whatever.
Well,
with
yeah.
one caveat: if the manufacturer does it and sells it to you from the factory like that,
Yeah,
completely different story,
I get it.
right?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. What's the rainbow Rolex that everybody fucking
the
wants?
Rainbow Daytona, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's wild how like those are really specific things that
Dude,
I obviously care about that shit too.
that's game collecting.
I know.
Dude. If someone a repro cart, absolutely fuck you.
But if Nintendo,
Oh, but this is an official repro card. Oh, okay. This is
Yeah.
fine. This is
and this is
A-okay.
worth millions of dollars.
Yeah, of course. There's only 500 of these in the
No,
world.
I get it. I'm into that too. Something that I only care about. Okay, so I can get really deep into things that I find an interest. I recently realized that I like my clothing choices and my visual aesthetic is very subtly but specifically just me wanting to dress like a soldier.
Dude, you're gonna get the tactical outfits.
No,
going
basically,
on.
like that's all I want to do. Like my favorite kind of watches are all either military derived,
Yeah.
like Navy derived, or like had some sort of purposeful use case.
Get some rugged cloth strap or something.
Yeah, like
Yeah. How come you're not into like hypebeast clothing where they got all the fucking belts and like the Gore-Tex whatever, so you're like ready for any instance?
well, because that's not what the hypebeast clothing is about. Like that's more about just style. Like
Okay.
the clothing I like is more about utility.
Yeah, but like that hypebeast stuff is also super utility.
But it's not. Like there's so much utility that actually gets in the way of being useful.
You don't want carabiners on your jacket.
Like the thing about those hypebeast ones is like they would never use them because then
It
ruins the
Fair,
aesthetic,
fair.
right?
Okay, all right.
Like I don't know if you've seen the North Face Supreme, the Goku drip jacket,
Oh, true.
right?
Yeah.
Like that's a sick jacket, but no one's actually gonna wear that jacket for what it's built to do.
I'm gonna climb Mount Everest
Yeah,
in the Goku
right?
drip
Like
jacket.
that jacket's
all right?
awesome. Like
That's my life.
because you can
goal.
buy the plain version of that jacket, and it's people do for
Yeah, who cares?
whatever. But you buy the drip version.
Of course, you gotta look drip.
But yeah, like that's something like the other day. Actually, so we were just talking about this off air. Like,
Yeah.
in No Time to Die, James Bond wears a really cool navy sweater. Actually, his whole outfit in the last scene is awesome.
Yeah.
And like that's the aesthetic I want to dress like. I want to dress like a fucking soldier. Maybe like a dressy soldier, but like yeah. And so when I look at clothing or like accessories or whatnot, like I've subconsciously started to realize the things I like came from the army. Like I love a good Pico. Where did that come from? The army. I have a pair of chukka boots. Where'd that come from? They're desert boots, right? So like
military.
yeah,
baby.
like everything I wear is all military driven. And I talked to my girlfriend about it. And she's like, yeah, I know.
oh, we know. You're very meal team.
She's like, yeah, your shit's so boring.
like boring.
Like, what? No, it's useful.
It's tactical.
I'm like, I got utility. And she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's not flashy. I'm like, all right, fair enough.
True. You're not wearing the Gucci
Like the
drip.
only thing that isn't derived from the military are my Jordans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this one's obvious for me. Is fucking especially now since my analog pocket just came in, dude. Hardware like not like just hardware, original hardware playing video games like in its original setting. All right, you're playing that shit on a CRT. You're playing it on original hardware. You're playing it 40i. All right.
You know, no, I understand that to us.
Yeah.
No, I understand it completely. Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, you're not Gen Pop.
Yeah.
Also, because I've definitely had people come over and being like, why? Right? And I'm like, because it's like when it came out and it like takes you back. Like I'm so close to building a Windows 98 PC.
Oh God.
I'm almost
Like
there.
if you ever want to just waste your money, yeah, sure. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like those components have reversed. They've gotten expensive now.
Yeah.
God.
Right. I'm so close to just like like I need a tower, or in the tower is a working floppy drive.
You might have better luck just buying like a all-in-one from a workstation.
Yeah, I guess. But what if I built a retro computer? Dude, I get the sound blaster? Hell yeah. I really care about like original hardware of stuff. And I think that like old technology is really cool. Like one of my favorite pieces I have are these Panasonic headphones. They're from like the 70s. Yeah. And inside the top of the headband, you need 2 AA batteries.
Why?
Because it's a radio. It's a portable radio, and like in your headphones, 2 antennas come out, and on one side, so you know what your volume is on this? It's a volume switch.
Okay.
High, low. That's it. Those are the volume settings.
Okay.
And on one end, it's balance, and on the other end, it's a AM or it's a FM tuner.
Oh.
And so while you're walking down the street, you can like, I want to go to 99.9 top 40s, and you turn it on your headphone.
Okay.
And I just love like weird old technology like that.
No, I get it. Like I'm super into the story of something, or like how it came to be, or like why it's like that. Like going back to watches. I'm not really into vintage watches, but if I were, I'd be into vintage Rolex. And like, okay, there's like vintage Rolex is a dime a dozen. Like they're everywhere, especially if you get like a Submariner, a dive watch. Now, a vintage Submariner actually looks exactly like the watch I'm wearing today. It looks exactly like this Tudor, except there's a version where one of the lines is red. Like one of the text on it says Submariner in red.
Okay. Is that the only time that was in red or something?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And it is worth like 5 times more than if you just had it in black.
Yeah. That's so
and it's
sick.
ridiculous. So one of the watches I'm on like whatever that I'm waiting for it to come in it's called it was made with, God, here comes the soldier shit. It was made with the French Marine Nationale.
Okay.
And so they actually asked Tudor to like help them build a watch, whatever, and they did. It's called the Tudor Pelagos FXD. And on the case back, they engraved the year that it was produced, right? Like in giant numbers. The watch came out in November 2021. So that means that going forward with production, the 21s are the rarest because there was technically only 2 months that they'd make it out of the whole year. And those ones are super expensive now.
That's pretty
And
sick.
a part of me is like, do I just bite the bullet and like pay a stupid amount of money to get that version, or do I wait and pay retail price for like the 22 or the 23 version? But like, absolutely stupid. It doesn't change the use case or whatever. It's literally just.
That's pretty sick though. That's pretty sick. So here, the Panasonic RF60s.
Are they?
The
Yeah,
listeners
I
don't
remember
look.
these. These look like they came out of Fallout.
Yeah, like you look like a fucking Martian, right?
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous.
They are very cool.
Yeah.
I've walked outside one time with these on. I got a lot of looks.
I bet you did.
I bet I
I mean,
did.
like, I have the reverse version of you, like where you care to be old. I'm like, she's got to be new.
yeah, hella new.
When people are
baby,
like,
let's
yo,
go.
why do you need an OLED? I'm like, why don't you not
Why?
need an OLED? Have you seen the colors?
In 10 years, you're all gonna have OLEDs, and I'll be on like quantum OLED
I'll be
liquid
like,
display
baby,
or whatever
yeah,
the
I'll
fuck.
be on that new liquid shit.
Dude, but 1080p though.
Enough. It really does bug me though. Whenever someone has like a 4K panel and they're watching cable,
Like why? Why would you?
or
do
they
this?
got Rabbit Ears somewhere, and they're just like, yeah, cable. Check out isn't my picture beautiful? I'm like,
Dude, the shit's
I'm
free.
like, so isn't the picture beautiful? It's so clear. I'm like, what are you talking about? What is clear here? Yeah, that stuff. Specific foods. I'm not that specific. I know you are. You have gotten very bougie with your Japanese cuisine.
No, I haven't. What?
Really?
No, I won't say it's that bougie.
No, I mean like you're like, I'm not gonna have this. Like, I would never have grocery store sushi.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
It's garbage. Yeah, grocery. You know what? Okay, fine. I've gotten a little bit bougie. All right.
Once you tasted what the other side eats, you're like, I can't go back.
We went to that expensive dinner.
No,
And like my ceiling is now up here, and my floor came up with it.
dude.
To where I'm just like, if I'm gonna have sushi, I at least bare minimum have to go to an a la carte place.
I know. I was like, this man's not doing all you can eat anymore. Like, we've
Right?
lost.
Oh,
We
also,
lost him.
To be fair, I still go to all you can eat. Like if you guys were like, hey, let's go to all you can eat, I wouldn't say no. All right. It's just I usually don't get my money's worth because I don't eat that much anymore.
I know.
Right? Like Japanese portion sizes, I know people dog on them, but like pretty good.
Yeah.
They're just enough food.
Okay. Cool.
And yeah, you know what? I've said it here. I'll say it again. You know, I'll double down. All right. Fuck fusion food. All right. 99% of the time, that shit
But
sucks.
people understand why you would say that, right? Like, people get
Yeah,
it.
because I'm a racist.
God damn it.
No, wait.
God
Like,
fucking damn it.
no. Because, yeah, I guess. It's like, for me personally, it's, I don't think they do either good. Sometimes there are exceptions to the rule. All right. And I guess, like, depending on the history, the etymology of food, how far do you want to go back? Because technically, like, everything's fusion, right?
Yeah.
Everything's been influenced by everything else. So
Yeah.
it's just, dude, when I see a sushi burrito, I get a little bit irritated. I don't know why.
Okay. Fair enough. Going back to his original question, things people don't understand. I would say like my whole toy collecting hobby. Like my girlfriend desperately wants to buy me a Transformer.
But you already have
No,
them
but she
all.
looks on the shelf at like Toys R Us or Walmart. She's like, yeah, this must be good. And
And you're like, no, babe. Okay, listen.
basically,
I gotta tell you why. So this guy who made this one, he fucking sucks at engineering Transformers. Okay.
yeah, basically that's what happens.
And the transformation isn't fun.
Yeah, basically. that's
That's
basically what it is. She's
crazy.
like, but this one has Bumblebee. You like Bumblebee? I'm like, not this version of Bumblebee.
Okay, this is the kid line. All right.
Yeah.
This is the simple.
Yeah, but
line.
then I throw her off because there'll be like one really cool toy in the kid line, and I'll buy it. She'll be like, "You
Why do
just
you like
told
that
me
one?"
not to buy that one." I'll be like,
Dude, based. Keep them on their toes, kid.
Yeah, she hates it. She's like, "Forget it." And then she's the same way with watches. Like, I could never buy you a watch because I just know it would never live up to your standard. I'm like,
True.
that's true. I'll just give you the list here. Buy this
Yeah,
one.
here. Honestly, sometimes that works.
Yeah.
You just give them a list, and then you just like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like I think anybody who's a collector of
things, yeah.
something, they probably have the same thing as you. Where it's
Yeah.
just like for me, games. Like I remember, I still feel bad about it to this day. Where I was like 11, and my mom got me a game for Christmas on the PS2. It was like some gladiator game. It was just like bargain bin something, and I was like, Mom, oh, you got me? Thanks, Mom. All blah, blah, blah. And I felt so bad because I lied to my mom that I enjoyed the present. And the guilt of the lie, I just started crying.
Wow.
In like mid-opening presents. And she's like, what's wrong? I was like, Mom, I don't like the game. I'm sorry. Because I was like a good little Christian boy back then. And I was like, I committed a sin. Yeah, and like now I've learned to like keep my mouth shut. But yeah, definitely it's just like, oh, you got me? Okay, cool. This is like the version that doesn't have this X thing, but I guess it's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know if this falls into the category, but growing up I didn't like tomatoes.
What?
Yeah.
If I knew this about you when I first met you, I don't know if this relationship.
Well, anyways, yeah, now I eat tomatoes, except
God. Roasted
no,
tomatoes.
those are great.
Like like roasted cherry. Hell yeah.
Grape tomatoes.
You don't like grape
No,
tomatoes?
raw.
What?
That's
like the best.
I hate when I'm having a salad and I pop a grape tomato in my mouth and the juice explodes in my mouth.
That's the best part.
No.
If it was socially acceptable to eat a tomato like an apple on the street, I'd do it.
I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling of the juices bursting in my mouth.
You want Gushers?
It's okay, yo, Gushers.
Gusher wishes.
Gusher
all right?
wishes could bust in my mouth like that. All right. But like, I'm just not into the feeling.
Dude, that's the closest I can get to a ball busting in my mouth without it being gay.
Goodness. Yeah, I was telling some of my girlfriends that, and they were like, "Why? What's wrong with that feeling?" I'm like, well,
it's a little no homo, but
it's kind of gay.
It's kind of gay.
No, but I'm like, I just don't like it. I've never liked it. And then some of them are like, I love the surprise. It's the best part. I'm like,
I bet you fucking do.
Because like sometimes it's big, sometimes it's not. I'm like,
you know, sometimes it's like just with force, and then sometimes it's just kind of like, you know, it leaks out.
Like that's a highly specific thing I do not like to put in my mouth.
Oh baby, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. We were at like, we had a catered lunch or something, and like they saw me putting like, I take my fork and I split the tomato in half.
Okay,
I'm like, what are you doing?
Like, I still want
yeah.
If we ever get like a vegetable tray, I take those cherry tomato and I like dip them in the sauce.
No,
pop them in, baby.
I could never.
So good.
I can't follow you.
Come to the dark side.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if I have any. I don't have anything specific like that. I just hate eggplant, just in general.
I mean, like I think that's
just like a general food.
Yeah,
that's not like a specific.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have anything like that where like I have to have this with this type of thing. Oh, you know what? I know you guys have said like you're fucking weird for this one. I'm telling you, dude, milk and steak.
Oh boy.
Dude, if you have a nice like rare steak with a glass of milk,
what is wrong with you?
With a nice cold glass of milk, that shit bussin'.
Like no one understands this.
Dude, you know who understands
Who?
me? Fucking kings from the medieval times, all
They're
right?
not drinking milk.
That's apparently what it was. It was steak and milk, baby.
Where's the milk from? From the teat? Like
from
the
hope
queen's
so.
breast? Like
Dude,
what's going on?
That's only the best for the king, all right?
Oh my god. That's disgusting.
Yeah, just try it.
No.
Just try it. Nice cold glass, white, just regular ass 2%.
2%.
Yeah.
Living life.
You want what? Full fat?
Whole
milk. God damn.
Whole. Bro,
I don't drink whole. I've baked with whole.
Sometimes I'm just drinking cream.
If you're not drinking regular, I know that's a lie. You ain't drinking cream. Fuck you. All right. God damn. Trying to throw me off here. Oh baby, PSA. It's nog season. Eggnog is back, baby.
Stop.
Oh, it's so good. I bought a 2-liter. I'm already done it. I need another.
So are you just drinking that straight or you got alcohol in there?
I got sometimes straight, sometimes alcohol. Depending
You
on
can
how I'm
have
feeling.
that straight?
I love eggnog. I wish they sold it year round.
That's disgusting.
I love egg. Dude, just because you're fucking
That's
lactose, all right? Get out of here.
Gross.
Dude, open your eyes.
I think being
all right?
lactose has nothing to do with the fact that it doesn't taste good.
You know,
I'm glad I don't like milk, actually, because it would be a problem if I did like milk.
True, and then you were actually lactose. True, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any like other weird food quirks like that.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, the hyper. I definitely. I think I need to work on my like hyper specificity about like collecting shit in games, just to like tone it down.
For
a notch,
what?
maybe.
To be relatable or just
To be relatable to other people. Yeah, actually.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you know how hard it was to like socialize with finance bros when I worked that job? Dude, this shit was impossible.
Well, it's okay.
I learned that one of the senior sales guys, he used to be a real good skateboarder. And I was like, oh shit, you skateboard?
And then he got money.
And then he got money and he gave it all
Yeah.
up for the finance. But dude, I was trying to talk to him about skateboarding. He was not having it. Like I left that behind me. Do not bring out the old me. I cannot relive. All right.
Yeah, that checks out.
The ripped the Jenko jeans days. I cannot go back.
You see this man? I'm not wearing Dickies.
I think I'm wearing Vans.
No, man.
Dude.
No, I'm not.
No DCs for me.
No, baby. Hermes only.
Dude, how you DCD's nuts, all right?
No, he wouldn't even say that.
No, he wouldn't say
No,
that.
he
That's
wouldn't.
true. He wouldn't. Oh, I should have dropped the D's nuts joke
You
before.
should have.
Fucked up.
All right. Cool.
But yeah, thanks for the question, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Okay, on to our week. So I've been playing Overwatch. I need to tell you about
The new tank?
no, May.
May. All right.
Because
May is
because
May.
they took May out of the game because she was broken.
How? She can't freeze anybody anymore.
Right. But she can do something even better.
What is
So
that?
you know how May has the ice wall?
Yep.
But have you ever put an ice wall where the roof is the size of the wall and you stood on the ice wall?
No, I never stood on it.
Okay.
You just die, right? I would
No,
assume.
you just kind of get stuck in geometry and you're stuck there. Well, May can still do that. Nothing happens. But Kiriko can warp to characters. If May is stuck in a wall and Kiriko warps to her, Kiriko can go outside the bounds of the map.
That's awesome.
And she can shoot through the wall.
Dude, that's a feature.
And it was clearly busted for comp, right? Because then you'd have one healer that can't die.
And she's doing like quad damage headshots.
Yeah,
whatever the
basically. So they took her out of the game because it was too busted.
Dude, this Kiriko champion, she's causing a lot of problems.
Kiriko is like, so they put in their mid-season update and like to rebalance things.
Mm-hmm.
Kiriko has just kept going to Mega S level tier. Like, she's in every comp. She's too good. She's amazing.
She's got that Nihon steel.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been Overwatch. Been fun. I've been playing more Call of Duty multiplayer. It's still good.
Oh, baby.
Still very good.
Bro, I don't know what's going on with the matchmaking in that game, but sometimes, like, I'll get into games and we just absolutely shit on the other
Yeah,
team.
it sounds like Call of Duty.
Right? It's like 500 to 10.
Yeah.
But then in other games, it's just the reverse. Yeah. And it's just like, what's going on with the skill-based matchmaking? Like I'm level 21, 22. I'm getting put into matches with like level 114s.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
Why am I here?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Call of Duty continues to be just a joy. And then last week I said I restarted God of War New Game Plus for the God of War 2018. Yeah, PS5. That game is very good. Very good game, especially the updates for PS5. Very good. I didn't realize I missed a good chunk of the game the first time around, and I've been going back. So I've pretty much 100% going through a 100% run, and I'm at the end. Like
you come into the Valkyries?
Yeah, I think I have to get one more Valkyrie, and then I can do the final boss or the final run into Jotunheim.
Okay.
But yeah, that game has been nothing but great. My gear is incredible because it's New Game Plus.
Yeah.
It's
jacked.
Yeah, it's been fun. God of War is great.
How'd you like reliving the kid turn?
The kid turn was weird. Like, I understand what they were going for, but the way it happens is just so abrupt.
And then how it resolves.
Yeah, like it's a literal character switch immediately and then immediately off, and they don't really explain why that is.
I really wish that there was like hints of it.
Yeah,
like what's the thing where it's like when a person watching knows
foreshadowing.
Not foreshadowing. Because that's when like you mention something, and then it comes up later, right? But you don't know.
Sure.
But it's like a thing where like the reader knows a piece of information that the main character doesn't know. I forget what that's called. But I wish like the kid learned that his dad was a god earlier, but Kratos didn't know. And then the kids slowly throughout the game started getting cockier and cockier.
Maybe. Yeah.
But
I don't know. Yeah, because like he's such a good boy.
yeah, he's like a good Christian
Yeah.
boy.
So like to see the turn out of nowhere was weird, and it's not like he actually got powers. It was just it's just like literally, you are a god. Am I? But I don't feel any different. But I must be a god. So yeah, like it was so weird how that happened, and then it resolves. So yeah,
he did turn to a little bitch for a little bit though.
he did.
When he like shot that one guy full of fucking hair, it's like fucking god,
Yeah.
like, just like that.
So yeah, I'm closer and closer being like, okay, I really just need to buy Ragnarok now and go for it. So
Apparently, that game's very fucking good.
I'm hearing it's game of the year. It's almost as good as Marvel Snap.
I gotta play it.
Yeah. And that I would say is my majority of my week. I want to say, like, I can't recall me doing anything else. What did I do? Yeah, I've just been like working and yeah.
Well, yeah, you're getting used to that new position. So.
Yeah. So unfortunately, yeah. The way my new job works is I still actually have to do my old job, so I'm doing both, which is kind of shitty.
Brutal.
So that's mostly taking up my time. And then my previous boss came back from mat leave, so I've been having to catch her back up. So it's just been endless meetings. Yeah, that's my life.
Cool. I've been playing Modern Warfare as well.
Have you?
But I've been playing the new shit. Playing that Warzone 2.0.
Yes, you played that.
The DMZ.
How is it?
So Warzone 2.0, I don't know what the fuck's going on with the matchmaking in this game. I played 3 games. All of them, I queued up for quads. I'm the only person in my squad.
You need some bros.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on because I'm not matching with anybody. Maybe it's just a glitch. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be fixed soon. But that mode is very cool for just getting experience. Like, you want to mow through levels, especially early game, just play Warzone because you're getting like 10k experience.
Like in quads or solo?
In quads or solo. Unless you're dying like as soon as you land, then
That's usually how I play.
look, 20 people over here, hell yeah.
So what's different? Like, I know you played a lot of the Warzone, so
Yeah, the original. It's very similar to Warzone. The map is a lot bigger. So there's a lot of like, what's it called? Like, there's more opportunities to snipe and for campers and stuff. So you're seeing a lot of like the lens flare shine from like 50 feet away, and you're like, fuck.
Oh yeah, I really do like that though.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if like someone's hiding, especially even like regular multiplayer. If someone's hiding, just ADSing, and you roll around, you see the light. But yeah, it's basically Warzone 1, but with some more shit. You got some different kill streaks. You get some like the whole bounty contract thing is back.
Yeah.
The one major thing is that they've added strongholds, which are AI infested buildings where you need keys. So you can find keys in loot boxes to unlock like either locked safes that have sick loot, or like secret rooms that have sick loot, or these strongholds, which are AI littered basically dungeons within the middle of Warzone, and they have a boss, which is usually like a juggernaut.
Okay.
And if you kill the juggernaut, you get a fuck ton of shit. You get like his minigun, which you can't get any other way, and you can just like play the rest of the Warzone map with a minigun, which is pretty cool. And there's a lot more options for killing people without killing players. So it really takes away that sense of like, I dropped in, died, reset. I dropped in, died, reset. You can go to a place with AI characters, mow them down, get that dopamine hit of like, I killed some guys, take their loot, and then go on somewhere else. DMZ, though, on the other hand, this is Tarkov.
Oh, do they remove the HUD?
So it's not that extreme.
Okay.
All right, but the gameplay loop is Tarkov. You're going into the Warzone map. You're going in with a loadout that you made.
Yeah.
And then you're doing quests. You're trying to find stashes of like random loose items. Like, here's a motherboard. Here's this. And then you go to the buy station, sell it to get more stuff. And
It sounds like the one to play.
You're doing quests. So each time you go in, you got to do like, you'll have like, oh, the thing for here, I got to find radioactive material.
Yeah.
So you got to go into the map, do the quest for radioactive material. But here's the kicker. You have to extract.
Ooh.
So the map doesn't get smaller, or I think it does get a little bit smaller as time goes on. But the big thing is that you got to do your quest and get out. because if you die, you lose your loadout.
Oh.
Yeah, so your loadout goes on cooldown.
And you can't play
And you can't
So
play,
every time you keep repeating, you're gonna be empty.
you're going to be empty, or you're going to go in with a different loadout that you've made.
What if we're out of loadouts?
You just go in bare knuckle, baby. I think you go in with a pistol.
Oh my
and that's
god,
it.
this is the mode to play.
And what happens is that any cash you extract with, I think it's like every $100 or $1,000. I think it's every $100 you get a minute off your kit cooldown. Right, so you do have incentive to keep playing even if you don't have your loadout anymore because someone
and you can
cracked
get
it.
more stuff as you play in the round, right?
Yeah. Because you can take. The thing is, here's the craziest part, is that you can, when you kill other people, you can take their weapons as contraband items.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you can use their shit on the next run.
Oh, this sounds cool.
So if you lose it, you lose it for good because it's not insured. It's contraband. But you can go into another round and not risk your own shit if their stuff is good.
Sounds pretty good.
And this is like Tarkov light.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah. If you want to experience what Tarkov is like, but you don't want to like just have to deal with thirst, hunger, breaking your bones, light bleed, heavy bleed, all that wild shit. They have heavily taken ideas from Tarkov and put it into Call of Duty.
Why not? That Tarkov is huge.
It's very cool.
Yeah, because I know that in the first Warzone they had quests that you could do.
Yep, and they still have that in Warzone 2.0.
Yeah, but like this seems like they've taken it further. That's cool.
Yeah, this is further because the quests that you have to go on happen like before you load into the map. So you're like, okay, this round I need to do a bounty contract. So you're gunning for a bounty contract. Or this one I need to kill a stronghold.
And this one you
boss.
can only do solo.
I think you can do duos. Okay. Or I think you can do teams still.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Sounds pretty cool.
Pretty sick.
Sounds pretty cool.
Not only has Warzone changed, War has changed, but League of Legends has changed. League preseason's out, baby.
What have you done?
I finished Gold 4.
Oh, what?
All right?
No.
I edged it out at the. All right, I got that victorious Sejuani skin.
Jeez.
So I'm back in there, baby.
Yeah.
But preseason has started. They've added a bunch of new items, and they've changed up jungling completely. So when you jungle in League of Legends, you normally had to buy these like jungle knives.
Okay.
Where it upgraded your smite. And then after you used 5 smites, the item went away. Smite is it's a special skill that does true damage to monsters.
Oh, yes.
And it helped you clear the jungle
I think I remember
quicker.
now, yeah.
Yeah. And so after you used 5 smites, the item went away, but you kept the stats, and then you got an upgraded smite, depending on which one you picked.
Right.
So that's gone. All right. Now you have a pet. You're playing Pokemon, baby. When you start the game as a jungler, they give you the choice of one of 3 pets. So you can have a green pet, which gives you more health and eventually a shield. You can have a red pet, which gives you more damage. Or you can have a blue pet, which gives you movement speed going into and coming out of bushes. And so depending on the type of jungler you use, you pick the appropriate pet.
Yeah.
What this does, though, is that as you kill camps, your pets will level up with you. And I think after 40 camps killed, your pets evolve. Your smite is now even stronger than it was before. So before, when it was leveled up, it did 900 true damage to objective. Now it does 1,200 true damage. And it's completely changed up how people jungle. Because certain camps now have been adjusted to be tankier. But if you don't have the pet, but if you have the pet, it's easier because it's doing like AoE damage. If you're trying to counter jungle now, there is I think pre 14 minutes, there is a debuff on you doing damage to enemy camps. So they don't want you to be stealing like really early game because it's just not a fun experience. The one thing is called vertical jungling. So I start at my red and then go down to their blue and I steal all their shit. And it's just not a fun experience for the other jungler because unless you're in like pro comp and you have communication, you're not going to counter vertical jungling, right? You're not going to do that in just all random. And it has made it so that a lot of slower junglers are now more viable in this like current speed meta, where you just want to clear camps as fast as possible to get a gank first. So now tank people have like a go. They're beefier, but they clear camps slower. Clear camps slower, but with these pets, it really kind of like catches them up to the more damage-oriented junglers. Yeah. It's pretty sweet. And then the big thing is that they added tank mythic items. So mythic items are an item you can only buy one of for the mythic, and then every time you complete an item after, the mythic item gives you additional bonus stats. So if I have a mythic, say I have Immortal Shield Bow, is one mythic. I can't buy any more mythics. But every time I complete another item, so say I complete the Blade of the Ruin King, that's a legendary item. Because I have one legendary item complete, Shield Bow gives me a bonus 50 health.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I have 2 legendary items complete, I have a bonus 100 health, right? And it keeps going the more items you have. It stacks. So one of the tank items is just like pure health, where you get like 800 health, you get 200% regeneration, and as you're fighting, you charge up like a big attack that does more damage to the enemy based on how much health you have. Right? But offers no other stats other than health. So it's kind of risky because you have more health, but you're not really technically tankier. Yeah. The other one was like the G Show or something. While you're in a fight, the longer you're in it, you just do passive AoE damage to all enemies around you.
Just for being in?
Just existing, right? And then as you're channeling that AoE damage, you're getting more armor and MR stacks. So you're constantly getting tankier the longer the fight goes on.
Got it.
So if you're someone who initiates fights and you just want to be there, you get this item is kind of for you. But the other one I really like is it's kind of similar to the G Show, but what it does is that when you use your ultimate, you transcend.
Okay.
And while you're transcended, I think it's for like 8 seconds. Every time you use abilities, you heal your teammates around you.
You heal your teammates around you?
Yeah, for I think it's 3% of their health. So if they started a fight early and you come in after, you ult in, you're gonna start AoE healing your own teammates.
Oh.
Which is very annoying.
Yeah, I can see that.
But also it synergizes with a lot of cool items. So the one I play is Zac. He's like a big blob monster, and he can like launch himself into the team, like into team fights and stuff. But when I use my ult, it heals everybody around me. But I can get this one item called Staff of Flowing Water. And every single time I heal somebody with Staff of Flowing Water, it gives my teammates that I heal bonus ability haste, which allows them to use skills faster. So if they start a fight early and I come in, I ult, and all of a sudden all their cooldowns are just dipped, and all their ability haste and movement speed goes up. So now they're way more mobile while I'm healing them. So not only are they harder to hit, they're also tankier, and it's just like a whole different way to play the game.
Yeah.
I still think they need to buff some of the tank items, because like I think it's called the Steel Heart or the Cold Heart, the pure health item one. I don't know who you build that on. Like other than maybe like Dr. Mundo in top lane, but I haven't seen any other use cases for that item. Okay. And certain items got nerfed into the ground. So like Sunfire Cape used to be a mythic where every time you attack somebody, you kind of like emanate flames and do magic damage. Yeah. But that's not a mythic anymore, and they took away its mythic skill. So now it's like super neutered. And you can't just build Sunfire into whatever you want anymore. So I think they're trying to go for like, as tanks, you should build around what the enemy has. But the problem is that a lot of new champions, they do it all. So it's like there are some that do both magic and physical damage. There are some that do like true health damage. So there's really no best way to build anymore.
I see.
It's like you got to build in the best for the scenario type of thing.
Yeah.
So some people like it.
Some people don't.
Some people hate it.
Well, I mean,
I think
change is always going to be like that.
Yeah. I think it's a really interesting change. I think they're going to have to like play around with some of the balancing here and there, because like some characters with these new jungle monsters, these new pets, they're fucking menaces. Oh my god. One is Hecarim. He's just a headless horse guy. walks around with like a giant sword. But his whole thing is that he gets more attack damage the more movement he has. So the faster he goes, the harder he hits. And then you give him the fucking blue pet, which gives him more movement speed in and out of bushes. He's a fucking jungler. And then on top of that, his kit gives him mobility bonuses. So he's zooming around the map now. You cannot be stopped.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
He's just okay.
Yeah, it's nuts. So hopefully they...
Sounds cool though.
It is cool. It is very cool.
I get it. All these combos sound really cool, and they're probably very satisfying to play.
Yeah.
But they're probably also super annoying to deal with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess that's the tough part about game balancing, right?
Yeah.
You know?
You just see a horse coming at you at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Because I remember I used to be on the side of like, well, when you balance a game, why don't you just make everybody better and better and better? But then you just end up with games that are like,
Yeah. Everyone's Super Saiyan 5
it's like,
Goku.
this is
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Just only buff, never nerf. It's like, no, that's dumb.
Yeah, then you end up with Ultra Instinct on everyone.
Dude, you end up with Lab Coat 13 or whatever the fuck. At Lab Coat 21.
Yeah, that.
Whatever his name is, her name is. But the league preseason has been very interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot more. There's other items that they brought back. The one is called the Rod of Ages, where it's just like the go to late game item. You get more stats the longer the game goes.
Okay.
And then they brought the Spear of Shojin, which like
Shojin.
yeah, every time you attack or something, your basic ability cooldowns go down. So there are certain people now who just like their ability cooldowns don't exist.
I was gonna say it must be like
anymore.
0.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy depending on how you build them.
Oh.
So it's definitely a testing period. It's the Wild West out there in League. Be safe. Remember to mute all.
Wow.
Because that community is... You know what? You remember when I was saying that like I was kind of disappointed that the Call of Duty community, where they're like, there's no like slurs going on.
Yeah, they're on League.
Yeah, they're all on League now.
Yeah.
Everyone who's like trying to tell you to kill yourself and shit, they're all on League.
Because people who play Call of Duty now, they're like our age.
Yeah. They're kind of a little bit chiller. Yeah.
They're like in their late 20s, 30s. Maybe they're a parent.
Yeah, they can't just
Yeah,
drop
maybe they're a husband.
the F-bomb.
Maybe they're a wife. Yeah, they're doing something. Like,
Dude, that was the thing that Warzone has now. Proximity chat.
I heard it's nutty.
It's so fun. It's so cool.
I heard it's nutty.
I
like,
love
I've
it.
been seeing clips. And I'm like, oh god. Okay, so I gotta always be on mute.
Dude, proximity
Yeah.
chat is sick.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I there's still some trash talk in Modern Warfare. I had one the other day where it was some guy like joined in the game late on the enemy team and he was like rolling. And he's like, bro, I almost had you guys. And then someone was like, keyword there is almost. And then he's like, yo, fuck you, bitch. What do you have like negative KDA? I'm like, yeah, but I won the game. And I'm like, okay, all right, Call of Duty, you're still here.
I thought you were gonna
cool.
bring out the like, doesn't matter if it's by an inch or a mile.
No, I was gonna, but I was muted. So I didn't have time to like get it back. But god damn, it's a good game. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. And I just got my analog pocket.
Yeah, you got more
So-
than that this week.
I also got a laptop.
Yeah, you got
man.
this gigantic Lenovo Legion.
The Legion 5 Pro. I don't know if I'm gonna keep
Okay.
this.
You
We'll
don't
see.
like the size?
It's a little big.
It's
Like
chonky.
boy, when I compare it to my 13-inch XPS,
Yeah.
like just the form factor in this baby, like
Yeah, but like now you know why people want the Razer.
I know why I want the Razer now too, because that shit. How did they fit a 3070 in a 13-inch laptop?
Yeah, the other one you can look at is the Asus Zephyrus.
That one did not go on as much of a sale as this
No,
one.
it didn't. But have you seen the size of the Zephyrus? The 14? Like
Yeah.
it's not that much bigger than your XPS.
Yeah, it's the thing. Like, I'll say this like Lenovo Legion. I love it as a computer. I don't know if I love it as
laptop?
a portable machine that I'll bring with me to places.
Yeah. And, well, that's the thing though. Right? If this is going to be your only computer for the next year,
Yeah.
you have to really decide what's more important to you.
I feel like right now it's performance, and like I'll just deal with this being big. Because honestly, I've had a laptop like this before. I used to have an XPS 15-inch,
Yeah.
and it was kind of chonky.
Yeah.
And I did like a whole diploma with
Yeah.
it. And like, yeah, it's a little heavy, but with like the right backpack, you could just negate all that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
yeah, it really depends like what you're using it for, right?
I'm gonna be gaming.
Well, then like I don't know to tell you.
This is good. This is like I didn't go 17 because that's just absolutely crazy. I think I'm either gonna have to like just suck it up and deal with like the weight of this and the size of this, or the crazier option. Right? What if I don't play video games in Japan?
I think that's the best option. I think you can just convert to Switch only.
Oh no, switching
Steam Deck.
the Pocket. Oh, Steam Deck.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Because like the deal on this was bonkers.
I know.
It was like $800 off because it was the Black Friday sale plus 10% open box discount. And there's no I did my research. There's no other laptop that has these specs
For the price?
at the
Yeah,
price
of course
point
not.
that I bought it
Of course
at.
not.
So I don't know. I got some stuff to mull over. I have until January to return it, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
But this thing is clean. Like playing games on it, it is nice.
what screen did they give you?
Like size?
No. Like the resolution.
Oh, let me
I'm
pull it
assuming
up
it's like 1080p, 120 hertz.
No. 1080. What am I, a pleb?
Oh, you got 1440?
Dude, it's 2560 by 1600.
Oh wow! Oh, because it's taller.
Because it's taller.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So this is your first non-1080p panel.
Dude.
How's it? How is it looking?
Dude, I'm missing 1080p.
Shut up! Shut up!
If
You're
only
just like the
I had.
clarity.
If only I had 1080p.
So.
And it's 165 hertz refresh rate.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's almost exactly like my PC then.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty.
So you're gonna
nice.
get a cool mouse,
I have a cool mouse.
wireless,
No, I have a cool wired mouse.
wireless.
Look at all these ports I have. I got like 2 USB-Cs on either.
Look at my hot pink wireless mouse,
Dude, that's I don't want to say it. It's a little sus.
What are you talking about?
All right. First off, you're like, I don't like cherry tomatoes bursting in my mouth. Now you're buying a pink mouse. I don't know what to tell you.
This is coming from the man. I saw that fucking RGB keyboard you have.
Dude, wow. What are you talking about? Hold on, let me turn it off for a second.
The other day, you're like, I hate RGB. This man comes with his new gamer laptop, RGB
Yeah,
lights.
listen, it could be it could be flash and rainbow, but I put it on cool blue. All right, just solid colors. All right, sometimes I need to see at night for reasons.
I don't know. I can't get I'm not a fan of laptops with like an ass with the chin thing.
I kind of think it looks kind of cool.
I just don't like it. I know why it's there. It's strictly for heat.
Yeah,
I
So,
don't like it.
dude.
The
The
Alienware is the worst offender, but
fans on this thing are crazy, and these are all exhaust fans.
I know. I've seen the heat pipes on these.
Is nice.
Yeah.
It's a very cool. But yeah, I'm still wondering about the size. But I looked at the Black Friday sale on Razer. That shit ain't cheap. That shit is not on sale.
No, it's not.
They call it a sale.
So
but
I think the
counts as a
actual
sale.
form, like the form factor, I don't think I mind. But what's the weight difference? Is it significantly heavier?
What of this to
Yeah.
this? Hold this. Here you go. Here's the 13-inch.
Yeah, it's like a
Give it
MacBook. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a MacBook.
Okay, and this one is.
Pick this. You need 2 hands for this baby.
Oh, see, like that would be the deal breaker for me.
Yeah. I don't, because I'm never gonna be carrying it like in my hand, right? It's gonna be like in a bag.
See, like I toss my laptop around like it's a fucking taco.
What if I just kept
Oh
both?
my goodness.
What if I just have 2 laptops?
god.
One to go and one for show.
I don't know, man.
You
That's
know?
why I always bought a MacBook Air.
You can't game on a MacBook Air.
You're right, but I never was gaming on the go.
True.
So it's up to you. Do what you want.
I got to mull it over.
Okay. How about this? How about you just return this
Okay.
and just buy the laptop not on sale? That's called MacBook Pro.
I'll just keep my XPS at that point. The fuck? Why don't I buy some fucking $900 wheels while I'm at it?
Oh, you know,
When in
the
Rome.
world's calling your name.
Dude, I know you just got a new phone, but get an iPhone. No, I'm not getting an iPhone, Vince. Stop thinking about
So
it.
I got the next thing I'm gonna convince you to buy.
Disgusting. All right, but that's it. That's my
That's
week.
it. Cool. Other PSA mostly for me, but for everyone who likes
Oh, eggnog. Yeah,
No.
remember buy
who
eggnog.
likes robots, Japanese robots. Bandai finally announced the Soul of Chogokin.
Oh,
Go to login.
true.
Bro, I'm gonna buy that.
You probably already bought it,
I can't pre-order it yet, but
but when you
when I can, trust me, consider it
Alright.
bought.
Yep.
I cannot wait. Yeah, that was it. Cool. Well, thank you for listening, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. I think. Well, next week is Thanksgiving in America. So I don't know if we'll actually have an episode up before then, but so happy Thanksgiving to you all.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
And be safe on Black Friday. I don't know if you guys are still
I don't-
running over each other.
Yeah, I haven't heard of a trample in a while.
It's been COVID.
True. Actually.
And most sales are online now, so.
Yeah.
But you never know. People are still running out there to buy TVs.
Try and keep the body count low in the States. How about that? I won't even say no body count. I'll just say keep it low. How about that?
Yeah, if you're buying a TV, it's OLED or nothing, baby. That's my only piece of advice.
Dude, let me tell you about cathode ray tubes.
Gosh, get out of here. Thanks for listening.
Bye.